Hey guys, it's Morgan with thesmokies.com, and today we're going to rank some rides here at Dollywood in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Having grown up with Pigeon Forge, Tennessee in my backyard and visiting Dollywood nearly every summer and every holiday weekend since childhood, I've had the distinct privilege of not only watching our beloved park evolve over the years, but also the opportunity to ride basically every ride in the park, probably at least a few dozen times. I literally grew up with some of these rides. I received my moonshine running education from Thunder Road. I grieved the day I realized they tore down Slidewinder. I won't say I'm a coaster expert, but my unique relationship with the park usually makes me the go-to ride guide when my first-timer friends visit from out of town, which is why I thought I'd put together this handy-dandy ride guide for all to enjoy. Hopefully, this will help you plan your trip and plot your route through the park to get the most out of your Dollywood experience. I've ranked each ride for both difficulty and an overall experience. The difficulty rating indicates how scary the ride might be for those who don't tolerate motion rides well and may be afraid of big drops, inversions, and overall rough rides. 1 star means anyone can ride, 5 stars means the ride might be reserved for the bravest among us. The overall rating speaks for itself. I've awarded higher ratings to rides that offer unique experiences and re-rideability. Number 10, the River Rampage. Dollywood's River Rampage is essentially your classic run-of-the-mill, round 6-seater river raft ride. The ride kicks off with a large conveyor belt and a small roller coaster-style drop. The rest of the ride involves a moderately paced journey through the rapids of Dollywood with small dips, spins, and plenty of opportunities to get soaked. While most major theme parks today will have at least one raft-style ride in the lineup, there's something about the River Rampage that continues to offer a unique charm that I haven't quite discovered in other parks. The River Rampage is a water-themed game of Russian roulette. Sometimes I get soaked from head to toe, sometimes I barely get a drop of water on me, and really, that's where the fun of this ride lies, at least in my opinion. This ride is a blast for guests of all ages who don't mind thrills and the risk of getting a little bit wet. Loose articles are allowed on the ride at your own risk. Guests under 48 inches tall must be accompanied by an adult. Difficulty ranking? Easy. Overall ranking, 3 out of 5 stars. Number 9, Daredevil Falls. Daredevil Falls is a supersized log flume style water ride that resembles Disney's popular Splash Mountain, only faster and with a bigger drop. The ride's grand finale is a heart-racing 60-foot, 50-mile-per-hour drop down a waterfall with a huge splash landing. Guests must be at least 42 inches tall to ride. Loose articles are permitted on the ride at the rider's own risk. Difficulty rating, moderate. Overall rating, 3 out of 5 stars. Number 8, the Mystery Mine. For a theme park that literally has attractions that have been around since the 1960s, Dollywood's Mystery Mine stands out as a coaster from a modern era. Mystery Mine first opened in 2007, and at the time it was the first Gerstlauer Eurofighter roller coaster in the United States. While the tracks of these style coasters tend to be a little shorter than traditional steel coasters, the separate cart system allows for unique ride mechanisms, including 90-degree lifts and 95-degree drops. Mystery Mine is themed to look like an abandoned coal mine with steep drops, sharp turns, creative maneuvers, inversions, and a hair-raising 95-degree, 85-foot plunge into darkness. Do be warned, this ride is also quite a bit more jerky than it looks. In conclusion, don't be fooled by this short little coaster. Mystery Mine packs a punch. It's a blast for coaster aficionados and not for the timid of heart. Guests must be 48 inches tall to ride Mystery Mine. Loose articles and belongings are not allowed on this ride and can be stored in either lockers or cubbies. Difficulty rating, moderate. Overall rating, 4 stars out of 5. Number 7, the Tennessee Tornado. The Tennessee Tornado marked a new era for Dollywood as the theme park's first ever major coaster expansion when it replaced Thunder Express in 1999. The Tennessee Tornado, while bearing an ironic name because tornadoes are few and far between in the mountains of East Tennessee due to the naturally rugged terrain, is arguably one of the best coasters in the park. This coaster features a back-to-back triple spiral, a 128-foot drop through an actual mountain, and speeds of up to 70 miles per hour. Guests must be 48 inches tall to ride, and loose articles are not permitted. Difficulty rating, hard. Overall rating, 4 stars out of 5. Number 6, Thunderhead. Thunderhead opened in 2004 as the pioneer attraction in what would later become part of a larger expansion for the park, a new area now known as Timber Canyon. Thunderhead is a hybrid of nostalgia and modern-day engineering. True coaster aficionados will tell you there's nothing quite like the experience of riding a real wooden coaster. Thunderhead crosses over and under itself 32 times during its over 3,000-foot-long ride, travels at a speed of up to 55 miles per hour, and features a 100-foot drop. As far as adrenaline rushes are concerned, in my opinion, Thunderhead is the second most thrilling and scariest ride in the park, second only to the brand new Lightning Rod. More on that later. Guests must be 48 inches tall to ride, and loose articles are not permitted. Difficulty rating, very hard. Overall rating, 4 stars out of 5. Number 5, Dragonflier. I'll probably get some hate mail for ranking Dragonflier higher than Thunderhead on this top 10 list, but put your pitchforks down and hear me out. Dragonflier is Dollywood's newest roller coaster and part of the brand new 2019 Wildwood Grove expansion. In some ways, Dragonflier feels a bit like a smaller, shorter, 31-mile-per-hour version of the Wild Eagle. It's one of the smoothest coasters in the park, has no major drops, no inversions, but packs plenty of fun twists, turns, and excitement. And that's what makes Dragonflier one of the best rides in the park. It just offers something for everybody. Not a fan of big scary drops or inversions? Hate the feeling of bigger, jerky coasters? Looking for re-rideability? Dragonflier has you covered. This is the kind of coaster that I would easily feel great about inviting the entire family to ride. We usually end up riding this coaster at least 2 or 3 times with every visit to the park. Difficulty rating, moderate. Overall rating, 4 stars out of 5. Number 4, FireChaser Express. FireChaser Express made its grand debut in 2014 as the nation's first dual-launch family roller coaster. That's right, this ride blasts riders both forwards and backwards. This ride is similar in difficulty to Wildwood Grove's Dragonflier, with the same height requirement of 39 inches and speeds of up to 35 miles per hour. But do remember that this coaster is far from a kiddie ride. Loose articles are not permitted on the ride and may be stored in lockers or cubbies before boarding. Difficulty rating, moderate. Overall rating, 4 stars out of 5. Number 3, Lightning Rod. One of the fastest wooden coasters in the world. Lightning Rod is a fairly new addition to the park, having just been built in 2016. Lightning Rod is not for the faint of heart. Lightning Rod has all the speeds and heart-racing maneuvers of a still coaster with the adrenaline-charged thrills of a classic wooden beast. And it boasts 20 seconds of airtime for those brave enough to ride. In short, it's terrifying, but I love it. Guests must be 48 inches tall to ride, and loose articles are not permitted. Guests with casts above the elbow or hard casts on legs are asked to skip this one for safety reasons. Difficulty rating, very hard. Overall rating, 5 stars out of 5. Number 2, Wild Eagle. That's right, the Wild Eagle is a wing coaster, the first of its kind in the United States. This coaster is hands down my favorite modern day coaster in the park. Despite its intimidating look, it offers an incredibly smooth ride, and the unique side seat feature truly makes you feel like you're flying with nothing but air above and below. This ride has a minimum height requirement of 50 inches and a max height of 78 inches. Loose articles are not permitted. Difficulty rating, moderate to hard. Overall rating, 5 out of 5 stars. Number 1, Blazing Fury. You'd be hard-pressed to find a local in this town that doesn't have a special place in their heart for Blazing Fury. In case you're wondering, in full disclosure, I am that annoying person that rides behind you, repeating all the classic lines I've learned by heart from my hundreds of times riding this piece of Dollywood history. Now, Molly, I've got a week back. Week back or not, here I come. Out-of-town guests and first-time riders should know your kids will be both bewildered and possibly even disappointed by the painfully evident age of this attraction. But we locals would like for you to keep in mind, if you diss the Blazing Fury, them spotting words. The Blazing Fury is part of our heritage. The Blazing Fury is over 40 years old. It was built in 1978 and it literally predates the park itself. And for a long time, until the Thunder Express opened in 1989, it was the only coaster in the park. The scenes are campy, the lines are cheesy, homemade props are abundant, Easter eggs and nods to the park's history are plentiful, and we love it all. This indoor coaster mostly features a slow-moving ride through a burning town that lulls you into a sense of, hey, this is a super easy ride, before its multi-drop still coaster finish. The coaster used to feature a bit of a splashdown landing with water effects, but over the years, the water caused wear and tear on the ride and the park had to remove the feature or risk shutting the coaster down altogether. The day Blazing Fury shuts down will be a day of mourning. Let's hope it never happens. Fire in the hole! Blazing Fury has a height requirement of 42 inches. Loose articles are permitted but must be secured. Difficulty rating? Moderate. Overall rating? A very biased 5 stars out of 5. Do you agree with our rankings? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, The Smoky's Calm.